Are you prepared to receive a bad review for your business? As business owners, I don't have to tell you how important reviews are to your business and how frustrating and heartbreaking it is to receive a bad one. But what if I told you how you handle a bad review could bring you just as much business as a good review itself? In this video, we're going over how to handle a bad review for your business. Hey business owners, I'm Brad Ball, your host of the Grind and Grow Marketing Show, and today we are talking about how to handle a bad review for your business. Now notice the title is how to handle a bad review for your business and not how to handle bad reviews for your business. Because we're going to assume that you are running a legitimate business and providing a good service and that you don't have just a ton of bad reviews. This is more for a business that just has a lot of good reviews and has now received a bad review. So first off, I would like to say the best way to handle a bad review is to not get one. However, that is not realistic. No matter how good you are or how well you do, the fact of the matter is someone at some time is not going to be happy with you or your service. So let's concede to the fact that as a business owner, there is a very good chance that at some point in time you will receive that dreaded bad review. I want to start off with the 3 things that you should not do when you receive a bad review. And the first thing is to ignore it. Every review you get should have a personal response. Whether it's a good review or a bad review. You want to respond, and we'll talk about what that response should be in just a little bit. You don't want to respond with anger or a defensive tone. It's likely that your initial reaction is going to be that you're going to be mad or upset or defensive. I think it would be unhuman not to feel that way. Now, the customer may not always be right, but if you tell them they're wrong, then you will lose their business and potentially business of other people. And the third thing you don't want to do is deny a legitimate criticism. Take a good look at what they are saying and see if they actually do have a valid, legitimate point. Now, when it comes to a bad review, your response is everything. First off, people expect there to be some negative reviews in a business. And in fact, a lot of people actually seek out what the negative reviews are. So what are they looking for when they do this? One is they're looking for what is the nature of the bad reviews. Secondly, they're looking at how many bad reviews there are versus how many good reviews there are. And most importantly, they're looking for how did you respond to that negative review. People care way more about how you respond to a problem, way more than the problem itself. So let's talk about what your response should be. First off, you want to answer quickly, thoughtfully, and honestly. My recommendation is to acknowledge the problem and let the customer know that the experience they had is not to your standards and that you're sorry. You can offer them a coupon, a voucher, or a replacement. And as I mentioned before, do not respond with anger or be defensive. You want to be kind and compassionate and offer empathy toward the problem in the situation. You want to make sure you don't get personal. And my biggest tip is to take the details offline. Don't get into the details in your reply. Get their information and reply to them offline. And some additional tips to handling a bad review is to make sure the bad review is actually accurate. I've seen multiple times where someone leaves a review for the wrong business. It happens all the time. Make sure they are in fact your customer and that they did receive that service. And if you find that the review is not legitimate, then you can reach out to that platform it's on and request them to take it down, and a lot of times they will. The next tip is you want to watch out for similar bad reviews. This could be a sign that something is going wrong in your business. It could be an employee, or maybe it's something you need to fix in your process. And the next tip is you want to continue to focus on getting more reviews. As I mentioned earlier, people are looking for the good to bad review ratio. And my last tip is to think of your response to a bad review as a public display of how you handle things when things go wrong. This can actually win you just as much business. All right, there you have it. That is how to handle a bad review for your business. We'll see you in the next video.